Stop buying new strawberry plants every single year. If you have just one healthy plant, you can get dozens more completely free using strawberry runners, also called stolons. It's the fastest and most reliable way to multiply your favorite varieties without spending a cent. In this video, I will show you exactly how to identify, root and cut your baby plants to expand your harvest next season. And stay until the end because I'm showing the one thing you need to do to your new plant that feels brutal but is the whole reason they actually produce next year. Around mid to late summer, usually after your main harvest, you will notice your strawberry plants sending out long, thin stems along the ground. These are called runners or stolons. At intervals along each runner, you will see a small node, a little cluster of leaves with root stubs starting to form. That's your new plant. Here is what's happening underneath. The mother plant is actively pushing energy into these babies, which is great for propagation, but it also means she is exhausting herself. That's why managing your runners intentionally gives you the best of both worlds. Strong new plants and a healthier mother plant. One more thing worth knowing. Runners propagate through to the variety. So if you love the flavor of what you are growing, these babies will be identical. You have two options for rooting your runners. First method, direct into the ground. Scratch the soil lightly under the node. Press it down and hold it in place with a small wire pin or even just a stone. It's simple but harder to transplant later without disturbing the roots. Second method, in a pot. This is the one I recommend. Place a small pot filled with moist compost directly under the node, still attached to the mother plant, and pin the node into the soil. The runner keeps feeding the baby while the roots establish in the pot. And when it's time to separate, you just pick up the pot and go. Either way, the key is consistent moisture. Those first roots are tiny and fragile. Let the soil dry out and you lose them. So check it every couple of days. In my case, I used the second method last year. I pinned my runners over a tray that was way too small. And as you can see now, the root system has developed. Look at all those roots coming out the bottom. They have even formed a dance ball. And some of the leaves are turning red, which is a sign the container is too tight. And that's exactly why I recommend placing your runner directly in its final spot. And because I didn't do that, I had to replant these young strawberry plants a second time, which stressed the plant and is just extra work you could have avoided. After 3 to 4 weeks, here is a simple test before you do anything else. Gently tug the baby plant by its leaf. Not hard, just a light pull. If it resists and holds ground, it has roots. If it comes up without resistance, give it another week. It's that simple and it saves you from cutting too early. And once it passes the tug test, leave the pot. What you are looking for is right roots that have filled the container. That's your green light. Now the satisfying part. Take your pruners. And before you cut anything, wipe the blade with rubbing alcohol. Strawberry virus travels through sap on contaminated tools, and a single unwashed cut can silently spread disease across your entire bed. Just 10 seconds of cleaning protects everything you've built. Now cut the runner as close to the new plant as possible. Then look for a second runner going out toward a grandchild. Cut that one too. That secondary plant is usually too weak to be worth keeping. And leaving it drains energy from the plant you actually want. Your new plant is ready. Put it where you want it, like a new row in the garden, a larger pot, or a strawberry tower. And water it well. Now, here is the part that feels wrong but matters most. If you see any flowers or new runners on this baby plant, remove them immediately. And all of them for the rest of the season. I know, you want strawberries now, but this plant spent its whole life as a passenger, and it needs to build a serious root system before winter. Every flower tries to make its energy stolen from their root development. No strong roots going into winter means no meaningful harvest next spring. So pinch the flowers, let it focus, and it will pay you back tenfold. If this video was helpful, hit the like button and tell me in the comment which variety are you multiplying this year. Now you have all these free plants, but do you know exactly when to put them in their final spot to make sure they survive the winter? Watch my video on the best time to plant strawberry right here. It's the next step and it will make sure all this work actually pays off.